Baby.
Ooh. Is this what living feels like?
Yes. This is what living feels like. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Nuggets get the win. That is not the score, 105-100. It is some other score. Let me look it up as we talk right now. 120 to 108. What's that? Not even the right opponent there. There it is. 120 to 108. He did, man. That was really quick. They get the win over the Blazers. The lowly Blazers, who impressed me tonight. They showed some grit.
They did.
They showed some heart. Well, I'm just saying they impressed me in how hard they tried.
Okay.
They tried really hard tonight. I was impressed that they did not fully just punt on the game. They gave good effort. Nuggets, though, had Jokic. I don't know if you guys noticed it tonight, but he went off, had a monster stat line. We're going to talk about all of it over here. Brendan Vogt.
Who's going to be the Jokic of this show, a.k.a. do the entire thing by themselves? Who's going to do it?
But make it look so easy the entire time.
Make it look so easy.
Over here, I've got D-Line.
I'm going to do the Christian Brown of the show. So, see you guys later.
Man, he got benched tonight. That's very strange. And then over there, Superstar Dev.
I just don't want to be Jamal of the show.
He had a somber double.
Dude, he almost had a rebound away from a triple-double.
Dude, he hit the bet.
He hit the bet, dude?
Of course he hit the bet.
Dude,
and it was never
how
in doubt.
forward am I? Who did I say was going to eat tonight?
He did eat tonight. Oh, you did say Jokic was going to eat tonight?
I said Jokic, and then I bet on Murray. I'm the best.
You went on a huge limb tonight saying Jokic. Guys, let's get into the fast breakdown. It'll be very fast because there's not that many great notes. 10-2 start for the Nuggets. Always, I'm telling you, talk about clairvoyant. I'm always the first note. Tells the story. Hilarious quarter from Michael Porter I had on here. He had some very funny plays in the first quarter. KCP had a fast break dunk. Forget your layups, people. He'll dunk it on you. Then, I hated this play. We'll talk about it later. Payton gives the foul early because you have a foul to give, and then gives a foul after that. So he gets 2 fouls in 10 seconds. Quite a bummer. 33-20 Nuggets. Second quarter, Malcolm Brogdon. Best guard in the game in the first half. Completely dominating Jamal Murray somehow. And they took the lead. The Nuggets were up 13 going into the quarter. They took the lead. Jokic back in. My note literally says so shameful. Jokic back in. Nuggets take a 7-point lead, and it was 59-55 Nuggets. Third quarter, the Nuggets got serious. They locked them up. They started playing defense. Jokic went full Wilt Chamberlain. He somehow got a point, a rebound, and an assist every time down court in the third quarter.
Amazing.
It really is amazing that he got all of that. Ant started heating up, kept the Blazers in it, 92-84 Nuggets. Christian Brown out of the rotation, Holiday in his place. I'm not even sure what happened that he was out. And Peyton Watson started knocking down jumpers.
My God.
Guy, he was on fire tonight, man. He was hitting all of his shots from all over the court. And then KCP, my last note I had was that he had that crazy defensive possession. Did you guys see that on Anthony Simons? That crazy one where he's all over him. The bench was loving it. That was the last highlight because the only way they could have won this is that Anthony Simons got red hot. He was red hot for a second. And that was the play where KCP was like, enough of this.
Yep.
Game's over. Game's over. That's the highlights.
Wow. They were highlights. Very high.
Dev,
lights.
What's your big takeaway?
27 points, 22 rebounds, 12 assists. That is incredible. Like,
how many players was that? The Nuggets?
That was one player.
That was one guy?
Was Nikola
Christian Brown's
Jokic.
line? Oh.
Like, that is truly, truly a masterclass. That is what it looks like when a person is just like, I'm not going to fuck around with this other team. Like, they cannot guard me, and I'm going to prove it every single time. The best Jokic is when he's aggressive. Offensively, but also he was making things happen defensively as well. Like, that was one of like the better games from Jokic, and there was no chance that Portland had in that one. That was easy.
It really was. So it's funny you say that one of the best games from Jokic because statistically it's true. Effectiveness, it was true. Didn't this look like he wasn't trying?
Yeah. He didn't want to try.
He was not trying to get 27 or 22 or 12.
If playoffs is sixth gear playoff yoke, what do you call that tonight? Fourth?
No.
Too high?
Too high.
Third?
That was third gear, maybe
Third?
second gear. Honestly, it's kind of second gear, man. That was
man.
easy.
That was incredibly easy. He was, DeAndre got Ayton.
Yeah, he did.
got
That
it.
was probably, I'll go ahead and declare it. That's the greatest game Yoke's ever played in second gear.
In second gear.
In second
Not
gear.
even true.
I'm even thinking about some of the misses that he had. He had like a half-court heave just
Yeah.
like at the end.
Yep.
He had like a weird 2 misses at the end of the game. And he went 11 for 16, and you just take away those 3 shots that he doesn't have to take or just does. Like, that was almost perfect.
It was beautiful.
And that was in second gear.
It was so beautiful. He's such a beautiful, beautiful man. We don't deserve him, except for we absolutely deserve him.
That's right, we do.
My big takeaway, man, Jamal Murray did not have a good night.
No.
He did not have a good night. This is 2 in a row. He and Michael Porter Jr. did not have great nights. They both scored 13 points. This comes on the heels of what some would say, although we are not saying it, that Jamal Murray was snubbed from the All-Star game. This is like a way to make a point. It's like you should, by all rights, be an all-star. You have the talent, you have the drive, you have what it takes. He looked tired all night. I don't know what was going on. His shot just wasn't there. I mean, I shouts to Jamal, I guess, for the persistence. Like, he didn't thwart him from shooting. He still got up quite a few shots.
15 three-point attempts he took tonight, personally.
3 of 15.
He made 3 of them, so...
And I bet for him to get 2.5. So shouts, Jamal. Appreciate you. You're the man. But it's like,
Can you imagine if somebody told you before the game he's going to take 15 and the line
Yes,
was
I'd be
2.5?
like, oh
You're
my
like,
God,
I'm taking
dude.
the over. And
I'm
then
gonna
you
buy this up.
You sweat it out until the final 2 minutes of the game.
I did sweat it out, and I needed 3. But, just to go back to our Lord and Savior, Nikola Jokic, who has never played with an all-star, he especially did not play with an all-star tonight. Like, Nikola Jokic had to do it all himself. It's a little frustrating that we can't ever get more out of this supporting cast on, at least consistently. I shouldn't say ever. But, man, what a rough night for those two.
Yeah. He almost had a triple-double, though.
I know. But, I mean, who cares?
But it wasn't pretty, yeah. Over here?
I like the way Aaron Gordon's been playing lately. And tonight I thought he was pretty good. I mean, it's a modest stat line, but really good energy.
It's not that modest. 18, 4, and 5.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Good synergy with Jokic. The Nuggets offense, one of the signs that it's healthy is just when AG and Jokic are doing stuff together. Jokic finding him at the rim or AG with the give and goes. And he knocked down a 3, was 3 of 3 from the line tonight, and even hit that long step back too. We just haven't seen a ton of touch from AG this season. Even when he's produced, it hasn't looked like that. But I just thought he looked really comfortable out there tonight. And I think it's a couple games in a row now where Aaron Gordon's looked good. I think he's a guy who maybe people have different opinions on how he's played this year. But I just thought it was really good to see AG playing Nuggets basketball alongside Yoke tonight.
I would say my big takeaway, you probably have to go to Yoke. This was a younger team, this Blazers team, a lot of youth out there. Tonight was one of those nights that reminds you how easy the game is to Jokic, because you have guys like they're trying to play a little zone, they're trying to do a couple different things, and Jokic had so many plays tonight where like he wouldn't move his feet, and he would somehow pick apart the whole defense. I just hit your computer somehow.
Yeah.
Made a little ding sound.
That's right.
Somehow he did somehow tonight, like you had a team that is so focused on, like, I got to do this. Ball goes over here and I got to rotate. And Jokic's just like, pass, layup. Some of his shots today, like, did no jump, just kind of leans his shoulder in. It really is hilarious to think about how much, like, players rave about Jokic when they have to go against him, especially in the playoffs, about how hard it is because, and I've been surprised lately, like the Boston game. He's obviously phenomenal and they get the win. But I thought he was regular good. And then after the game, they're like, yeah, man, that guy, like, he sees everything we're doing, this or that. And you're kind of like, man, they're making it sound like even more than what I think.
Yeah.
And tonight was one of the nights where you're like, oh, yeah, when he goes up against guys who the game is very much, they've been studying for it and they don't have it memorized yet, you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Jokic, he does this with his eyes closed.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is, like, DeAndre Ayton is a player that Jokic, like, gave respect, to earlier in his career. Like, these are one of the tougher guys to like defend me and guard me. It doesn't seem like that anymore. Like, he really has figured him out very quickly, and Jokic does that with guys. Ayton truly has no chance when he goes against Jokic, and they tried so many different things. Like, Chauncey does try to scheme. He does try to put his team in different situations, and like you said, they have a young team, so they're willing, to throw different looks at him. Jokic just seen them all. So that was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. I see what they're doing. The game really did slow down for him in that one. Like, that's one of those old guy at the YMCA. He doesn't really have to use too much energy, but you're not going to beat them because they understand their IQ is so much higher than yours that there's nothing you can do there. So that was like really not even a cat and mouse game. It was like you have nothing against me.
I talked to a Nuggets coach a year and a half ago. It was before the season last year. And I asked him something about Ayton. Like, Ayton's like long. He can provide a challenge. He's like, oh, no, not anymore. And I said something like, oh, really? And he explained this like thing where he's like, yeah, I think Jokic has him figured out because of this. And then he explained something that sounded so fake. Like the thing, I don't even want to, he told me not to give away, not to give it away or whatever. But I remember the note he had for him for how he felt like Jokic had figured him out was so like, that's the key, but maybe he's right because
he has a poker tell.
Yeah, well, no, but it was something. Something like, oh, it's the elbow. Like, watch how he gets something that dumb. It wasn't that, but something like that where I was like, really? And even now watching him, I don't necessarily see it, but the proof's in the pudding. Jokic puts up master classes. But I think there's another part of this. I hate to give any credit to the Suns at all. I hate to say anything nice about him.
You're right. Yeah, I know. Getting rid of him.
So
They were right about Ayton. They all hated him. Every single one of them. That guy, he had 3 rebounds. Dev brought it to my attention late in the fourth quarter, that he had 1 rebound. So he had 2 garbage time rebounds tonight to get up to 3 total rebounds.
What a stat pattern.
That guy, and also, like, there were large stretches of this game where I was like, why don't they put Ayton in? And then I'd be like, oh, he is in. He just is never.
That might be one of his better skills, fading into the background of a game.
No,
first team.
He has a better skill than that. He gets paid to do this.
That's true, dude.
That is insane to think about. Him being pretty much a max player, having those type of performances. Like, and it's not just because it's Jokic, but Jokic just actually amplifies it that much more of how not close they are. That they're nowhere near each other.
Jokic has to know. The Nuggets had to be like, we're going to Oklahoma City. If we give him tonight off, the 2 Portland games are basically off. It'd be like 9 days off for Jokic.
Yeah, that was. I was thinking the same thing. I cannot believe the Ayton fall off. It is seismic. It is remarkable how little he affects the game. Yeah. How little involved. I found myself wondering, like, if he's just unhappy in Portland and he's just coasting.
I just think it might be good that he's happy to coast in Portland.
Maybe. He didn't used to look like this, man. Like, he wasn't incredible, but the thing that you could always count on is he had that killer mid-range shot. And I don't think he took one. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they fully schemed it out, if the other players don't trust him, or they're just not giving it to him in space. If they just truly just want him to set screens and get no rebounds. It's remarkable, though. Like, that guy has completely faded into oblivion.
So the shot chart for Jokic tonight, just to show you how challenging this was, we've seen a lot of this lately, haven't we? No shots outside the paint. I guess in this case, 1 shot, which, by the way,
cash.
What a weird 3 from Jokic.
That was weird, but it
jab step, left side step.
Yeah, and it was like not even like that late in the shot clock, but it was just pure, so pure.
It was pure.
What it was, and he had probably 6 of these tonight. Was all right, guys. Here's how you effing do it. Like, he watches. I love those possessions where all 4 guys touch the ball and they work so hard to score, and someone bricks something, and then Jokic just cleans it up and puts it right back.
But look at that shot chart, man. All right at the restricted area. I am shocked to learn that Jokic is taking fewer shots from 0 to 3 feet this year than he has in the previous 2 seasons. You'd have to go all the way back to 2021. I am shocked to find out that he has taken fewer shots from 3 to 10 feet than he did last season, albeit though his second most he's taken from that spot. And I'm surprised to find out that he's taking more shots from 10 to 16 16 to 30 and from 3 than he did last season, because it sure feels like he's having these shot charts a lot where they're all at the rim and like nothing else. Almost like he doesn't need any other shots.
They don't post him up that much anymore. Like,
no.
It's like
They're
really
saving it for the playoffs. I honestly think so.
I think you're probably right, but it's just he really plays outside, and then he'll play the 2-man game. He'll get the ball in the paint and then operate from there. And yeah, it's not like he's not doing the up around. He does it sometimes, but that used to be a lot more of his game. And I think you're probably right. Like, they are saving it in a sense.
Yeah, I also think that that's part of the marvel to Jokic, is that every single year he adds one thing new where people are trying to play catch up. He's not doing the same exact things. You can't go into a game and do the same. You can't defend him the same way, because one game he wants to shoot, one game he wants to pass, one game he's taking over inside. Sometimes he's going to knock it down. But that's why he is Nikola Jokic. That's why he's the best player in the world, because of the different ways to try to guard him. Also, I think that Denver's doing a better job of he's running plays that put him in those type of positions, and it also opens up the floor a bit more. So I just think that they're just being very creative on how they're getting him into those sets, but that's where he feels comfortable. That's where he's knocking down shots. And we've seen the change from when the shot was not there and the touch wasn't there earlier in the season to now it's there. So this is what he's going with.
Also, it looks like he's already at the podium again.
Yeah,
I know,
dude.
very
New
strange.
man.
Is this
Very.
a new routine?
I love it.
He just wants to get the F
thing
out.
now.
Dude. Like, he's like, wait a minute,
I'm done working out.
I can go home. Like, I want to go home.
Very strange. We should ask him about it, why he is doing that. Maybe Harrison Wind will get to the bottom
He's
of it.
going to keep saying he has things to
I
do.
think
Like, bro,
to do.
what gives?
All right, let's take a break, though. On the other side, we're going to get into some other guys, including one guy who I think might actually be a shooter, who's not billed as a shooter.
Oh,
It's Peyton Watson. I'll spoil the surprise.
Yeah,
don't bother. We'll
That's
see
not how
later.
you do a tease, bro.
Yeah,
All
sorry
right.
about that.
Anyway,
Later in the show, around the association.
there we go. Before we talk about Peyton Watson and the association, let's talking about getting skin on the game in the association with DraftKings
Skin
Sportsbook.
on the game. Gross.
I said in the game, did I? I don't know. The NBA season is in full swing, and when I can't get enough of the action on the court, which is most nights, they don't let me play, fellas. I spice things up by betting on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official partner of the N-Ball. Right now, new customers bet $5, get $200 instantly in bonus bets. And download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now with code DNVR. And only at DraftKings Sportsbook will you get these sweet deals if you use code DNVR. The crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/basketball for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
What else we got?
We also have Game Time, which
Game
pairs
Time.
nicely with DraftKings, because sometimes you bet on your favorite basketball team and then you realize, I would like to watch them play tonight, maybe even in person. And you can get the best seats at the best price with the Game Time app. I've used this app not just for sports, for comedy, for shows. I've even hooked up friends across the country with gifts and tickets. It's a really good idea if you're not sure what to get your sibling or your friend for their birthday, even a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Check out Game Time. They might have tickets to the shows they're trying to go that they couldn't find tickets to. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Yeah, you've never got me not even one ticket. Not even one ticket. You build this up as for your friends and for your siblings.
He also said loved ones.
You thought I was going to get you a ticket? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, man.
I
I
mean-
don't know. I just read between the lines. there a
You
little
know
bit.
about Game Time. Do it yourself.
You do know about
Son
Game
of a
Time.
biscuit, man.
If we go back to Murray for a second, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 of 15 shooting from 3. Took 21 shots tonight. 21's kind of a lot for your lead guard. He did get 10 assists. The weird thing about this one, and I don't want to be, I keep going to the well on these things. I don't want to keep doing it. But it was annoying how much Malcolm Brogdon took it to him tonight and how much he just seemed to not be bothered by it. Because I'm bothered by it.
I know.
And he did not seem bothered by it.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a true competitor, and that's the thing like that he plays with. His edge puts him over the hump, and most nights he wants to battle back. He did not battle back with Malcolm Brogdon, and maybe fatigue has a bit to do with this, but he don't look tired when he's shooting the ball. Offensively,
Yeah,
he don't
did.
look tired, and they won the game, so you're not upset about it. But this is not a good game, honestly. Like you could say the little things because the stats were there, but you're 5 of 21 when you have a guy that's putting up a classic game right now. Like, let him take over in every single way, in every facet, especially if you don't have it that night. So I really didn't like the way that he was still aggressive. He took the most shots in the game when someone else clearly had it going. I want him to be more consistent and also just understand the moment. That's my thing on it.
Yeah, it was not good. Not a great one. I don't know. He got a little revenge on Malcolm Brogdon. He got a couple blocks on him.
He did actually. You're right. Actually, that
He
was
did
a
turn
really
up his
good
D at the end.
Yeah, at
like-
the end of the half, it was really, really good back-to-back possessions.
He had a couple
really
like
good.
so. Yeah, he like. But it
You're
just
right. He
it was
did fight
it was
back. That was too
yeah it
harsh.
was not. He just could not hit a shot to save his or my life.
Until he did.
Until he did, our lives were saved. All was forgiven. Mercifully, Jokic exists, so it's okay.
How would your analysis of him tonight been different if he would have gone 2 of 15?
Oh, I would have filleted him. I would have run him out of town, dude. You don't understand. I had a few units on that.
What do you guys think of Scoop, by the way?
He was good tonight.
He was good. Like he's tight. Not just his. I'm not talking about his bod, but like his movement, his like.
First of all, he was definitely talking about his butt there.
I wasn't necessarily.
He said he's tight.
I wasn't necessarily talking about. I wasn't fully talking about his bod.
Insane choice to go with bod instead of body too. Just totally amplified.
Just to make it creepier. I like Scoot's bod. What do you want from me?
He has a good body. He has a really nice body.
That was a player I really was impressed by at Summer League, and I've been surprised from I've not. This is the first time I've seen him actually play this year. Like I've not watched them, but I've heard reports that how disappointing he's been and how much the Trailblazers were relying on him to be in the starting unit, and it was just an abject disaster. But he looked good tonight to me. He looked like a player that has something. Like his shot looked good. He wasn't perfect by any stretch, but like that guy looks like he's promising.
Plays defense like a maniac.
And how about that bod though? You know what I mean?
With him, I mean, if the Nuggets had a rookie that put up 30 points, we'll be head over the moon. Like we'll be super excited. So like that's that type of game, especially against the defending champs. Like he puts
Off
up that
the
type
bench?
of performance off the bench. So like there's steps in the right direction. There's like promise and things about him. He plays both ways. He's aggressive. He gets downhill. Got to the free throw line a bunch because he just wants to get to his spots. He's a rookie. He's gonna have some bad moments. He's gonna have some bad nights. But I do think that it is gonna slow down for him a bit. And how hard he plays, the game is gonna come to him. So I think that he's not bad. He's not having the year that everyone expected, but he's also on Portland. They're not trying to win too many games, so it's about like trying to learn the game.
He's also young. He turns 21 tomorrow, actually, fellas.
Really?
Yeah, February 3rd.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
Eric. He turns 21 tomorrow.
Well, it
and
seems you can buy him a ticket on Game Time since you like.
a guard that's that young that doesn't have his shot with him coming into the league. I got really excited about his Rookie of the Year odds. In hindsight, of course, he struggled a little bit, honestly. I think he's way too young to have any sort of definitive takes about in terms of, like, he's not going to be good.
Right.
But tonight I thought he was really impressive. I mean, a guy like that should stand out in that he moves different, and he does to me. He does. When he turned his gear shifting, he can accelerate at a pretty absurd rate. So I thought he was impressive. I mean, I didn't think he blew me away tonight, but 30 points is 30 points.
There's a new class of players in the NBA. Jalen Suggs is one of them, and I think Scoot Henderson might be one that just have, and this is a skill, they just play hard and they can't not play hard. And he has that. Like, that guy full court press. He played 37 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
Full court press the entire game. And if you notice, what would we call it? Economy of motion with Yoke. How he uses the energy of 4 players.
Yeah.
Because he does like jumps and bounces nonstop and moves to the left, moves to the right. He just jitters the whole time and never stops. Incredible motor, man, on that guy. But our own young player caught my attention tonight, and that was none other than one Peyton Watson. The best part of the season for me personally has been watching Peyton. Every game just feels a little new, like unwrapping a new present. And tonight, the present was 6 of 8 shooting, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, 14 points, 5 rebounds. We'll talk about the fouls a little bit because I do think fouls now a couple games in a row. But the shooting is where I want to start. His shot looks good. He doesn't look like a Ray Allen. It's not like the most beautiful everything, but it looks like all of his body movements look very smooth. He's not a guy that looks mechanical and everything. And tonight he got a couple catch and shoot 3-pointers, drained them, had a couple others, and just looked good. I think he might be a shooter. Is that a crazy? Let's start over here. Do you think he's a shooter? Or that he can become a shooter?
I absolutely think so. I think the percentage is almost secondary to watching how comfortable his shot has become from the start of the year. He still has some nights where he'll be like 2 for 4 and the 2 makes were nothing but net and the 2 misses like hit backboard or something.
Some of his misses are ugly, you're right.
I'm with you, man. I also think the biggest thing is confidence. I think for his 3-point shot this season went the way it needed to go. Like right now, if Peyton is open, he's taking that shot and he feels good about it. So I don't know. Is he a shooter? TBD. But can he hit open shots? I think the answer is already yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he gets better.
What's he going to shoot? Like, let's say 2-3 years from now, because you give him a little time, but 2-3 years from now, what kind of 3-point shooter is he, Dev?
I think he's going to be shooting a lot more than he is now. So, like, that's going to bring it down a bit. But, I mean, he's showing that he has the willingness to work on his shot because he's night and day from the beginning of the year. He's night and day from what he was last year. And he has the mechanics. Like it doesn't look all the way there, but it's going in. And I mean, Vogt's talked about that confidence. When you feel like you can shoot the ball and you're seeing it go in, you're going to keep shooting the ball, and you're starting to see it. And he also doesn't take bad shots. He takes them when he's supposed to take them. He's always open. He knows where to find the open spot. But like he's getting so much better because of how much he believes in his game. You're starting to see it come all together. That block off the backboard that he had, and then the flex after, that's a young player that like is confident in his game. And you see it keep happening time and time again. But he's like on a stretch right now that it's going to be hard to just keep him off the floor. He's just going to keep playing more and more. Like Peyton Watson has that 1 or 2 highlights a game that just make you happy. He's like that type of player. Just very, very good right now.
Yeah, I have my doubts about him being a shooter. I think he brings the ball too far down. I think if people start to key in on him, it'll be more difficult for him to get his shot off.
The mechanics definitely are not perfect. It's more the fluidity, though, of his body.
I agree. I agree with that. I just mean I think that if he starts making more shots, he will be not afforded as much open space to shoot. So it'll probably become more difficult for him anyway. But I am surprised at how confident I am in his shot at this stage. I didn't really anticipate him being an offensive threat at all. And if it was going to be offensive, it would be at the rim. You know,
right.
he'd dunk and things like that, which he's doing. But tonight he had like 3 or 4 finishes that were like really difficult.
That's where he needs to actually. That's almost more important. Can he finish?
Yeah, but not even just at the rim, but shot. I don't know, like just high degree of difficulty, and he was doing it with confidence, and the shots were going in. And but you know, like Dev said, like the Swatson, dude. Swatson is that's.
How many do you have tonight?
At least
just
2.
One? No, it said just one.
What?
That went off the backboard was the one.
He
Yeah,
started
he flexed
celebrating live ball and everything.
Yeah. It was not advised, but also completely advised. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
He also had the 3-pointer. He like shoots at the other team's bench.
Yeah,
Like,
he gave him the
that's
Miles
a young
Bridges.
guy, like just trying to
With the McKill
bring
Bridges.
some type of energy to his team. Like you gotta love that type of stuff.
Why was Christian Brown benched? By the way, on Peyton Watson, real quick, he was shooting 16% on his previous 7 games. So he was like 3 of 19, I think, in the 7 games prior to tonight. So not like the numbers have been great. Christian Brown, though, tonight, I'll be honest, I'm going to have to go back and watch this one because he had 2 points and 2 rebounds. Not like he had lit up the box score, but 1 stint and then did not go back in.
Why did he get benched? He was alongside DeAndre Jordan in this one.
You think that's all it was?
I mean, they weren't playing well when they were out there. And they don't really complement each other. So it was Portland started to come back. So it was like, okay, let's get them right out of there. And then also he's like his confidence is not all the way there. He has these games, but he has to put it together in a row. I mean, I can't say exactly why he wasn't playing. Maybe he missed a cut or something like that. But I think it's just like the complimenting on that second unit. He's just not finding his way right now.
Yeah. I hope that he gets another chance. It will be interesting, actually, that they're playing these 2 games in a row. You look for something to be interesting when that happens. My hope is that, like, find a way to get Christian Braun more minutes. Does Zeke play? It's funny to think that DeAndre Jordan, same thing, really bad tonight. Do they go to that? Do they try something different? Does Malone get real crazy and throw like a Jay Huff out there or something? Is he losing confidence in all these guys? Because you're right, those minutes with DeAndre were not good, and he also got benched. So Malone mixed it all up. I don't know what the right answer is there.
Yeah, we got Aaron Gordon in the fourth quarter, right?
Well, that's the right answer is
don't play Aaron Gordon.
That they're going to go to, but they have to make a move. They have to make a move to get it back up 5. They have to.
They really don't. They're going to do it. It's 2 years in a row. One was JaVale McGee, and he didn't play.
You're right. We do this every year.
Thomas Bryant. You got to get him. It's like, oh, Thomas Bryant. He's averaging 14 a game for the Lakers.
They have to get the right back at 5. Is
there such a thing, man? Other than Mason Plumlee, I just don't know if there is.
There has to be. How could there not be? God damn it.
There
might not be. I don't know.
I don't know either, man. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we're going to continue talking about this game, and we'll go a little around the association as well.
Chat, you're killing me. It's a winner's lounge tonight, chat. It's a winner's lounge.
What are they mad about?
I don't know.
Who's the chat mad at, Kel?
Oh, Michael Porter Jr.
Calvin Booth?
Yeah, it's a weird chat.
It's a weird chat.
You know what, chat? You do you.
Hey,
guys, get it out.
Who ate tonight for the Denver Nuggets?
Nikola Jokic.
We were right about that Jokic fella. Again, I'm going to pick...
If you bet with us, you made money tonight. What are you mad about?
First on that segment next, because I want to pick Jokic just one time.
Yeah, I know. It's so true. By the time it gets to you, you have to reach. You got the 4th pick. You're like, I don't know.
Oh, Pwat tonight. All right, okay.
He did. Hey.
Join the Circle K Inner Circle. It's a free membership. It's easy to download. There's a QR code on the screen right there.
Hey, also, guys, go to Circle K because you may see some DNVR stuff around. Actually, you definitely will. We have a nice little partnership going with Circle K, so check them out. Send us photos. Snap a photo if you see DNVR taking over Circle K.
Yeah.
I'm just helping you out.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude. So yeah, use your QR code to scan that thing right there on the screen, or enter your email and phone number to be fully enrolled. All you need is your phone number to get deals. Like your first 5 fill-ups of gas are 25 cents off a gallon. First 5 Polar Pops are free. Every 6th item is free, like pizza, roller grills, dispensed beverages, donuts, and more. Sign up with the QR code on the screen or visit www.circlek.com/innercircle. For more information, get a free any size Polar Pop from Colorado Circle K's by texting DNVR to 31310. That's DNVR to the number 31310. Message and data rates apply. Periodic recurring messages per month. Terms and conditions can be viewed at CircleK.com because there are strange things afoot at the Circle K, Ted.
Red Hawk Roofing. I could go for a free Polar Pop right now.
Yeah. When you hear that sound...
I had another owl by the other day. I sent a picture of the chat.
Adam.
When you hear that sound...
A hawk and an owl are not for the same thing. It's not a tangent for you to talk about any bird you've ever seen.
I've actually seen like 7 owls this week. I've seen a lot. I've seen a good amount of owls.
If owls are ruining your roof, maybe it's owls, maybe it's the weather. You know, we're in the winter and hail season's coming up. There are a lot of different reasons you might be thinking about getting some new roofing over your head. You gotta do it with Red Hawk Roofing. They're the best roofers in the business. They've joined the DNVR team because we like to think, we're some of the best in the business, and they're also huge Nuggets fans. Look at that.
I'm sending you the owl.
See the color on those? See the colors on that logo? That looks like what I would want my roofing company to look like if I'm a Nuggets fan. Free, no obligation roofing property inspections, free in-depth photo reports for all inspections. Winter's here, so don't wait to take care of any issues before the big storms hit. If you're looking for a new roof over your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com. Tell them we sent you.
Kel, do we have the owl?
Adam, no one cares, bro.
Adam, yeah.
Let's
Can
just
you
go
do
to the
us a
owl
favor
here.
and not bring the owl
You are
up
the
as
boss.
possible?
Bring the owl up. Look at it right there. There
Oh
it is.
my God. Is that a book?
It's an owl right there in front of the pond.
Would you take this photo
If you
through a
want to see the
kaleidoscope?
owl, that's where they are, on the top of the little trees like that, over a meadow.
Oh.
You guys, some rumors out there, and they're just rumors, about the Nuggets may be interested in a point guard. And you were talking about the need for a big. Here's the interesting thing, and we all know it. A big gets you through the regular season. That's not inconsequential, especially with the Nuggets in this hunt for the 1 seed. So it matters. But in the playoffs, we know Aaron Gordon goes there. You don't need it. But you might need a point guard if you don't fully believe in Reggie. And let's be honest, Reggie's been a little hit or miss. Do you think there's any chance, I'll ask you this first on this one, that the spot the Nuggets actually, if they were to make a trade, should be going for a point guard?
I wouldn't be super opposed to the move. I don't know if I would sit here and say it's a need. I feel like that's a little strong. You could talk yourself into there's a futility to the Reggie minutes right now, largely because of the defense. Especially when he's playing in the second unit, especially when he's playing alongside Jamal. This is largely circumstantial. It's really not necessarily fair to him. He plays with the bench a lot. But there are a lot of nights where Reggie will have 14, 15 points, but he's a minus 13. And I don't think that's all a coincidence. Like, he doesn't get a ton of stops. And he's a bucket getter. He's not a guy who's necessarily setting the table for other. Like, outside of DeAndre Jordan, would you say there's a player that Reggie Jackson makes better? But at the same time, they signed him to get some buckets, and there have been some big buckets he's gotten this year. So I don't want to go too far and say it's a need. But depending on the player, you might be able to talk me into it.
Yeah, I don't see it as a need at all. I trust in Reggie, actually. Like, I think that he's shown me that he can step up when called upon. When Jamal was out for big portions of the season, and granted it was early in the season, and we've talked about there's been a little attrition that has caught up with him. But he looked good tonight. He looked good last night. If there was going to be one move made, I still look at that backup 5. We just have no answers there at all. And there's still a lot of season left, and it's a lot to ask for. We don't have anyone that can really successfully spell Nikola Jokic. So that just means more regular season wear and tear on him. I kind of am in the same camp that Vogt is in. Like, if you could talk me into a backup 1.
If you had Monte Morris right now instead of Reggie, are the Nuggets meaningfully better?
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't know. Like, I don't. Maybe it's just. Obviously, he sets the table much better, Monte Morris. That's kind of his thing. Is the assists to turnover ratio is off the charts. His shooting is okay. You can't always count on him to be a scorer. But I don't even know who you're setting the table for. Like,
yeah, that's part of it.
You know what I mean? Like, does he give you a great pass to a guy? Like, is Christian going to hit the shot that he makes open? I don't know. Like, I would always, of course, welcome Monte Morris back just purely for the vibes. But I don't see it as a great need. I don't know.
I mean, with a backup guard, Reggie has the contract that's like tradable. So like it makes sense that was always like the contingent plan of like getting rid of him and trying to go with another option. You guys both make good points about the backup unit. I do think that bringing in fresh legs or just that just gives them a different piece. But also Reggie has the blend of he's playing good defense, and also he can take over at times. He can score. If you go with the option like Monte or just these other backup point guards, they really just set the table. But who's going to score? Who steps up in that way? So, there's pros and cons to it all. I don't care as much about the backup center because that means that you have more Jokic minutes, and I am fine with all the Jokic minutes.
You are until, like Jokic's back hurts.
He played 38 minutes tonight, too, which is a lot for Portland. But
I was excited to see it.
You're selfish.
But yeah, I do
selfish
think that like a backup point guard is what I would go with if I had to go with anything. And it sucks. It's not to just knock Reggie. I just think that having different options there is the key.
I just don't like the Reggie Murray combo, and that's what was that what you're getting at? Because that's what it is for me. Is when those two guys are together, I just imagine it sucks to be Christian Brown or Peyton Watson or anybody else on the court because I just feel like it becomes that. And I wonder if when Reggie was early in the year making a lot of the shots, it was like, cool, right, this is who we are. But I just don't know. And now you're going to get into a playoff series where it's like, I don't know. You're right. That's not a need, but it could be a nice one.
I could see a world where it's like Reggie slides to the 2, but if they're just trading 1 for 1, I'm like, I don't get it.
You don't know what that does.
There's also the flip side, just to paint the whole picture. Right now, if you had to pick one guy to score 20 points off the bench in the playoffs, one guy, it's Reggie, right?
Definitely.
And so, if you're going to get defense from Christian and Peyton in a shortened rotation, maybe Reggie's scoring is the supplemental skill you want. So I'm not necessarily I'm not married to either one here. I don't think you need to trade Reggie, and I could see him coming through in the playoffs for sure. But I also know that next to Jamal, it's been rough.
Do you guys think the trade deadline, because obviously it's coming up here next week, the trade deadline, I've heard Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat are not happy with each other. Jimmy Butler up for a contract extension. Are you prepared? Because I honestly think this is going to happen next week where Zach LaVine's going to get traded. We might get a shocker, like a Jimmy Butler type trade. There are guys that we've been waiting on, and right now we have this vision of what the playoffs are like, who are the teams, who are the guys. But it is possible that we just get a Jimmy Butler gets traded to, Team X, and you're like, oh my God. Now he's on the Mavericks, this changes everything. I mean, do you feel that that's even is that something you've even thought about, Dev?
I mean, I feel like every couple years we get to see Jimmy Butler on a new good team.
Absolutely.
So it's not shocking to me.
Where's that as welcome?
Everywhere almost.
Yeah.
So that doesn't shock me, but also teams are looking at their team and they're evaluating if they're good enough to compete against the Denver Nuggets, against these other teams. So you're going to do anything you can to get closer to a championship. So, I mean, you have to think about that.
Dude, but the thing is that you can't get the chemistry in place soon enough. It happens every year.
That's true.
Kevin Durant comes in. They just can't pull it in. You cannot. That's what the Denver Nuggets have that you cannot buy, you can't trade for, you can't. The chemistry, the time together, the understanding, the trust, all of these things, the who's going to take the last shot, all of the intangible stuff that the Denver Nuggets have. When you bring a guy in the last half, and especially if it's a guy that you're really looking to change the complexion of your team. And granted, Aaron Gordon did this for the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets were already such an entrenched team that he just added to it. A guy like Jimmy Butler doesn't come in and be the third guy, the fourth guy. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter.
All right,
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super bullish on trades at all, to be honest.
Okay. We have Harrison Wind, who's live from the arena.
Oh.
He was in a hurry. So let's go ahead and bring him in. The man with the wind in his hair. Wind, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
We're doing good. But it felt like a ho-hum game for us. I mean, Yoke was obviously incredible, but, Blazers, what was your takeaway from the game?
It looked like it was going to be a complete blowout after the first quarter. I felt like the Nuggets came out with awesome energy. Nikola Jokic was flying around defensively in the first quarter. That was my biggest takeaway from the first 12 minutes of the game. And Jokic did get one of the defensive player of the game chains tonight.
Nice.
So Malone felt the same way. But then the bench came in and then took all the wind out of the Nuggets' sails. Denver was just never the same, it seemed like, after that second unit stint. And it was weird because Jamal Murray and Michael Porter were staggering with that group. So it wasn't a good night for the bench. This wasn't a good Portland team, but it's a win.
And it never really felt in doubt, if we're being honest, at all.
Right.
So, all right, well, take us inside the locker room.
I actually got a lot of good notes from inside the locker room. Do you want to hear why Nikola Jokic came to the podium early again?
I'm honestly
today?
dying to hear why.
Yeah, what's happening?
Should I tell you guys or should I not? This is a really
You're teasing us.
a really tough
Take him off,
conundrum
Gil.
on them
Take him
right
off.
here.
Let's bring up that Al photo again.
So I'm told that it has to do with his eye. And the treatment that he's getting for it, I believe they're like putting droplets in it or whatever after the games, and it's bad for him to be in bright lights. So he's doing the media, getting that out of the way, and then treating his eye afterward.
Man, so this eye thing is actually kind of a big deal.
It seems like it's something they've got to treat right now. I mean, it didn't really seem to affect him tonight. He shot it pretty well, 11 of 16.
Yeah,
But it's something that he's got to get, work on right now.
So Jokic getting poked in the eye is the best thing that ever happened to you. He just shows up.
Oh, my job's been made 100 times better by this injury. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's
he
a little
actually
concerning.
was so quick. He actually was so quick to the podium, I missed it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a first. That's an actual first.
Yeah.
That's so great.
I
Also, you're
completely missed his
fired.
press conference tonight. Yeah. Here's another fact from the locker room. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I asked Reggie Jackson about, what's becoming his famous skip in the middle of the court. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Reggie Jackson says he has no idea why he does it. He says he blacks out and doesn't even know he's doing it.
I see. That's exactly how I would guess it is for Reggie. That's exactly how I would guess his experiences on the court. So that's
Yeah.
good to know.
I was showing Reggie a picture of it and asking him, and Colin Gillespie comes up and goes, I already know what you're asking him. I don't even need to see the picture.
So funny, man.
Yeah. Here's another note from the locker room. It's sounding like, from what I'm hearing, the Nuggets will not have any other participants at All-Star Weekend other than Nikola Jokic and Colin Gillespie.
This
who's
is
playing
the
in the
third
G League
time.
All-Star game.
Third time you've reported this, I think. When was that a surprise?
I don't think I've reported this at all. I mean, I thought there was maybe a chance KCP or Michael Porter Jr. went to the three-point contest. That doesn't sound like it's happening.
Gotcha.
And
I asked Aaron Gordon if he would go to the slam dunk contest if invited, and he said, hell no.
I like that he'll merely protest it every single day by wearing the number 50.
Yeah. Also, by the way, his dunk tonight, did you see the shot that the Nuggets had of it in super slow-mo?
No.
Oh, it was freaking awesome, man. That was a hell of a nice windmill. It was really cool.
Yeah. And the other defensive player of the game, Shane, went to KCP, who had what Michael Malone called one of the better defensive possessions I've seen in a long time, late in the game on Anthony Simons. And he did dislocate his finger. I believe he got x-rays on it. I think he's fine, though. He just got it taped in the locker room, too. But I think he's fine.
I did that once, and I can no longer play guitar.
Wow, so thank you to whatever.
Thank God.
caused that.
I can't play Guitar Hero.
We prayed for that. So
Michael Malone was talking about Nikola Jokic's night, and he was asked, how can we not take him for granted? And he said, just think about what it was like before Nikola Jokic got here. Just remind yourself that not many guys have walked through those doors. He talked about his defense. He was really impressed with the level he was playing at in the pick and roll, his hand activity, his foot activity. And he just said, look, we're watching greatness right now, so we got to appreciate it.
I literally don't remember what life was like before Jokic. I've
It
deleted
sucked.
it.
I'll
I
tell
mean,
you
it was
that.
we did record our greatest regular season of all time, 57 wins.
Don't even remember it.
And then my last note from Maloney was talking about Peyton Watson shooting. He said, look, this is a guy that comes in early, stays late. And then he was talking about his chemistry in that dunker spot with Jokic. And he said, look, his chemistry has been good with Nikola, but it can get better. They're just like a second off, him and Jokic. And if he gets it, and Michael Malone said Peyton will figure it out, we'll have, two athletic weapons, him and Aaron Gordon, that can play above the rim, and that's going to be big.
It's a good note. We didn't talk about it, but it is true. There were two plays I can think of off the top of my head where the timing was just off with passes that Jokic was making to him, and it wasn't Jokic. He was a little bit late. That's good.
Yep. That's all I got.
Wind,
What a great job.
gentleman and scholar as always, man.
Yeah, that was a pretty good report, I felt like.
It's always a good report. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you on Sunday when these teams play again. Should we go around the association?
Oh, boy. Dev's been calling for the ISO. Been calling for it.
Dev,
Big Kevin Durant vibes over here, dude.
take the rock.
Oh, man, I just love when Eric lies.
He's wanting to go home, but we're staying all night, baby.
Your turn, my turn. Your turn, my turn. Let's go.
Denver opens up this game as 4 points. Lakers get the win, 136-125 over the Pistons. Kawhi Leonard is...
Wait, what?
You said the
did say?
Lakers?
Are you on the wrong day?
I said the Clippers
Oh,
over the
Clippers.
Pistons.
Okay, Clippers. You said the
You
Lakers.
did say
Oh, my
Lakers.
bad.
That's all right,
Clippers
bro.
get the win over the Pacers. Is that what they did?
The Pistons.
Sorry. All right. Let me start over.
Come on, Dev.
Clippers over the Pistons.
You really are
Kawhi
like Kevin
Leonard has
Durant in the
been
clutch.
playing incredible. 33 points for him on 12 of 17
Damn.
shooting. They're winning a lot of games right now. They're playing extremely well. Russell
the Pistons.
Westbrook had 23 points. He became one of like 10 players to get over 25,000 points in this one. So, I mean, they have good vibes over there. Things are well in LA.
Not all of LA.
Yeah, the Pistons they're just losing games at a like in a
We can
crazy
go,
way.
yeah, we can go quick past them.
Jaden Ivey had 28 points though in this one.
Okay.
Noteworthy.
going.
All right.
The Kings win 133-122 against the Pacers. Sabonis against his old team.
Oh, that's the All-Star, right? He made the
Nope,
All-Star
not
game.
an All-Star. He finishes with 26 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists.
Oh, yeah, De'Aaron Fox made the All-Star game.
De'Aaron Fox did not make the
What?
All-Star game. He had 25 points, though. Malik Monk had 23 points. Tyrese Halliburton tried to give this a go. He did play 21 minutes. He's on a minutes restriction, but they're not good if he's not good. And this was not a great game for him. Only 14 points, 3 assists.
Off the bench. They brought him off the bench.
Yep, Mathurin had 31 points, however.
Didn't you hear him loudly complaining about the games restriction?
The minute.
No, the games.
Because he to qualify for All NBA, et cetera, et cetera.
He will make an All-NBA team if he, like,
Tyrese Halliburton,
gets
one of
it.
the loudest critics.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hawks beat the Phoenix Suns.
Yes, they did.
Ooh, I like that.
129-120. That's a good one. Kevin Durant had 35 points. Devin Booker had 24 points, but it was not enough as Trae Young, 32 points, 15 assists. Also not an All-Star. That's a crazy one.
Dev's mad
He'll
about
probably
this.
get in as
Replacement.
A
Yeah, he'll be a
replacement, though.
replacement All-Star.
the Spurs barely lose to the Pelicans. I
Good
thought
job.
that this was going to be a loss for them. This would have been good if the Spurs got that win. 114-113, Zion wins it late in the game. Zion had 33 points, 8 rebounds.
What if Zion got traded? I could see it.
I'm surprised Zion's not an all-star.
You are?
Not, kinda.
Just
He's just
because
good.
of the popularity.
He is really
thing,
good.
too.
He's just
Yeah.
good. I mean, your face was the right face.
Devin Vassell had 28 points. Wemby had 16 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks. He did foul out in this game, though.
Wemby versus Zion is the most hilarious matchup. It's a really hilarious matchup.
It is. Those are the exact opposite player.
The Thunder win 126-106
Boo.
over the Charlotte Hornets.
They just
Man,
keep
This
winning.
was never in jeopardy.
Tonight can't possibly be was tonight a clutch game situation? I saw someone tweet tonight that the Hornets are
There's
now.
no way. Let me
Tonight
see.
couldn't have been because it's
Are
one.
you sure that wasn't like Charms? That you could,
Yeah,
did you
they
get
got blown
Charms?
out.
No. It was. I think it was our guy Seth Partnow. I don't know if tonight's relevant or not, but the Hornets are 0-25 in clutch games.
I
this
don't think
season.
that's right, man. They
Oh,
are 10
man.
and 12. You
There's
definitely
no
got
way
it.
they've
Yeah.
there's
I
no way
just
they've
looked it
been-
up. I think you got smart now.
There's no way they've been in 25 clutch.
You know the worst team in clutch.
That's a good point.
The worst
Where
team
did I
in
see
clutch
this?
is Detroit. They are 3-19.
Yeah, they do be close, huh?
Charlotte 10 and 12.
Whoa. They're 0-25 in games that never enter the clutch.
Oh,
So
okay.
they've never. Basically,
No, they just
they've
get
won
blown out.
zero.
They've only won
They've
close.
blowouts.
never won decidedly. That makes a lot more sense.
That does make sense. SGA had 31 points. He was a plus 34 in this one. He's the only player on the Thunder that shot double digits.
MVP?
He is pretty good. He's not MVP, but he's pretty good.
Jokic's better.
The Magic beat the Timberwolves.
Yes, they did.
This is a good one. This is a big
Timberwolves
one.
lost, baby.
108 to 106. So this was a clutch game that they could not pull out. Ben Carroll had 23 points. He is an all-star. Wagner had 19 points. Starting five all in double figures for the Magic. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards led them with 22 points. Rudy Gobert also had 22 points, 16 rebounds. But it was not enough to make the all-star game either.
Just to get nothing, just coming up snake eyes.
Snake eyes. The Golden State Warriors win 121-101 over the Memphis Grizzlies. Of course they did. Kuminga, the guy that landed on Embiid, 29 points. Why everybody mad at us? They should be mad at Kuminga.
Dude, that is the most ridiculous part about the whole thing that's flared up when everyone's like, oh, you guys forced him to play, and then Kuminga fell on his leg. He didn't just walk out and he's like, his knee failed because he was injured. He got injured in the course of the game. You guys are idiots. What is wrong with you?
It's hilarious. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 27 points to lead the Grizzlies, but
I've never seen him play well. Like, I know that he's good. Everyone tells me, but I've never seen it.
Şengün and the Houston Rockets win 135-106.
They're back
over Toronto. They are back.
Did you guys, first of all, the only note I have here, did you guys see, so there was the trade yesterday where Steven Adams went to the Rockets, and you wonder what's that trade about? Allegedly, they now can open up $37 million in tradable money with expiring contracts. So Steven Adams, maybe he stays there and plays backup center, but maybe they make a massive deal this summer, the Houston Rockets, and become a player. So something to watch, because the Rockets aren't scary now, but they add one max player. I mean, they might be scary.
I mean, I think they did that. Like, that has to be the push. And also, they have Şengün, who they could build around. Cam Whitmore is actually starting to play.
Yep.
Thompson is going to be a good player in the future. Like, they have young Jabari
all the West
Smith.
teams get good, man. It's why don't any East team have this thing where it's like they could fit two max players in the summer? Instead, it's always the West.
Yeah, they actually set this one up pretty good. And the only team that does not feature a West Coast team the only game was the Miami Heat versus the Wizards. The Heat win 110-102. I mean, Jimmy Butler is going to probably be on a new team soon. That's what I heard today. He had 24 points, 9 rebounds.
Terry
Bam
Rozier,
had
2 of 13. Terry Rozier has sucks since going to the Heat. It's actually hilarious.
He's going to be the reason that Jimmy's like, yo, this is not Heat basketball. This is not what we're about.
This isn't Heat culture.
Heat culture.
All right, real quickly here, Kale, do we have the highlight? This comes courtesy of the Denver Nuggets. I think we can show it. Show this highlight. Look at this thing, man. This video is a work of art.
That's a 9. That is a 9.
Perfect. Watch the body control here. That looks like claymation, you know? That's incredible. All right, let's hit these super chats.
Perfect windmill. Alex Teixeira. Katie just opened the post-game show with "All the Nuggets are good." Someone get out the funky music. ASAP.
Can you imagine? That'd
Actually,
so
that's
dope.
ours. Don't do that.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Come on.
Yeah,
But
don't fully replace us, all right? Or do. Who cares?
Goran Milosavljevic. I'm sorry, brother.
Milosavljevic.
Sorry about that. I think it's time to bring the Denver Nuggets dancers to the show.
Hey!
Okay.
Let's
Sure.
get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could use a show
Why
off.
not?
What
I
else
mean,
do
that'd
we
be
got?
really weird and creepy, but we're totally into it. Let's go, man. Let's
Jay,
go.
glad to see the KCP dunk on the fast break, not a layup.
That was a good one.
That was crazy.
That was a good one.
That was such a shock.
It was unexpected. The defender was like, what?
Robert George, shout out to Adam teaching me what ones and twos means.
Hell yeah.
Good win.
Yeah, 1s and 2s, like a DJ, right? The music. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that.
That's
You whistle
Kale.
too. That's how you
That's
DJ.
how you do it. That's how
That's how you-
DJs are always
That's right.
whistling.
Will you
only
do my
have
next
the-
birthday party?
This is either what the sound a hawk makes, how a DJ
That's so true.
operates.
Every sound is a whistle.
Peter Duck. Blazers have some real scoring talent on that team. Also, can I just say rebounds are such a weird stat? Some nights they all go to one guy, Jokic.
If they don't go to one guy, he grabs them
Yeah.
out of the air with his
Space
space
octopus.
octopus tentacles.
What else do we got? CJ Jones. Is it just me or can the Nuggets not make open shots? I'm actually with you, man. It seems like a good contest increases our shooting percentage. D-line shoes are
on the way. Let's go, dude. Yes, this is my best friend.
He's getting you stuff?
Yes, this is my best friend. You guys suck. You've got me nothing. You insult me all the time. Dev is actually my best friend. He doesn't actually like me that much. He hasn't gotten you anything either. This CJ Jones, we're gonna hang out. You're my homie.
He's getting you shoes?
Yes.
Give me some shoes too, CJ. Come on, dude.
He's getting them the Jokic.
He's getting the Jokic, the 361s. Yeah, dude. Yeah, get some for Adam. They're size 48 or something.
Bojan Marinkovic. Okay, it's overdue. Triple-double equals 4 shots.
Bro, he paid $25. I feel like we owe it to him.
We don't have any in the building.
We don't have any.
We have to get some.
Oh,
no.
What's about to
have to get some.
What's about to happen right now?
Man.
All right.
I love this energy.
We respect the chat.
Dan Cayley, Jokic with the triple-double and sees his shadow, Ayton. And we get to Groundhog Day this bitch all over again on Sunday. I gotta be honest, based off the picture in the start, I didn't think that was going to include a this bitch at the end.
I know, dude. I was really happy for that turn midway through. Let's hope it's a better version of like at the end of Groundhog Day where he figures out how to get out of it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to live this game again.
I don't know, but if it's just the Nuggets winning over and over again,
I know, but like this, there's better games.
What else do we got? Shout out everyone throwing us a little Kia. Shout out everyone chatting throughout the show. 55555-ish. Couldn't watch the game and join the live show late. Describe this game in one emoji or word from me. Word on the street is every nugget is good.
Hey, I'm glad that you're on the street. 5555-ish.
Yeah, the emoji is the slight
Joker.
smile.
It's the Joker card, dude. It's the Joker card.
All right, fine.
It was
a
a
Joker
Jokic
card.
game through and through. Probably a shout out for Dev. It's Cedric Exquisite. Jokic, 6-time All-Star. Sucks for Murray. Next year, though.
Next year, man.
We keep saying it, man.
I don't know.
Hold my breath.
I'm kind of in the I kind of like the bit that what if he's like the only player in the top 5 ever that has never played with an All-Star? I would.
Oh boy.
Oh. Kel, do we have another more after Cedric? No, you're good, dude. 6162 Productions. Thank you, Mr. Matas. Ooh, a little shooter glass. Heart DNVR. What do you make of Pwat closing over AG? Or did you make of Pwat closing over AG?
Pwat had it going on in this game. You can't be mad about what happened. And this wasn't really even a close one.
Yeah.
So maybe AG was just like, I'm done tonight. Like, I did what I needed to do.
Yeah, he just was like...
But you want your young guy to get that experience. So I'm excited about the young guy getting that experience.
Before we finish this off, fellas, on behalf of our super chatter, Jeevely.
I guess we are officially out of dry January.
Jeevely.
You got me on a technicality.
Oh, yeah.
It's as good as I remember. Yo, this is rough as fuck. Is this Rocky? This is gas.
That's whiskey, bro.
We didn't have any Rocky.
This is fucking whiskey. Oh, no.
Eric, we're supposed to. Cedric Exquisite. Also, Vogt. Celtics lost. Lego Nuggets beat LA.
Did the Celtics play today?
No, they lost to the Lakers.
Oh, God.
Which not everyone here loves, but I did enjoy it.
I thought that tasted great.
Eric,
that
have you ever drank before? I don't get so confused, dude.
Listen, guys. Listen. My body doesn't like poison that kills it.
Yeah, doesn't like that. Yeah.
That's it? That was it? Are you sure? Oh, cool.
Mercifully, we are through. Hit that outro music for us there, Kale. Another great night to be us, huh, fellas?
It's fair, Midland.
What a treat.
Come on, dude. Don't take it for granted. This is the golden era, baby.
Don't take it for granted, man. Don't take for Jokic for granted. 2020-10.
It's so true.
Doesn't happen all the time.
What a beautiful man. What a beautiful man.
Beautiful man. Hey, you know what? His back looked absolutely fine.
I know, dude.
It really was. Like, I love that it was back. His carrying the nugs.
His back didn't look tight at all. The only thing tight was that bot on Scoot, you know?
God, everybody hit that like button for us on the way out. We'll see you on Sunday.
See ya.